Hello my dear students, I think all are fine at your home as usual. Again I am here with you to teach the rest of the chapter. Before starting a new section, let's recall what we had studied in our previous class. In previous class, we just start our 5th chapter, our culture. In this chapter, we studied about what is culture, then language, cloth, and dance and music. Do you remember what is culture? What is culture? Anybody tell the answer, what is culture? Yes, culture is the characteristics and knowledge of a particular group of people encompassing language, clothes, dance and music, architecture, painting and festival. Today we start the architecture, painting and festivals in India. In previous class, we studied about language, cloth and dance and music. How many languages are recognized by Constitution of India? How many languages recognized by Constitution of India? Does anybody answer? Yes, 22 languages. 22 languages are recognized by Constitution of India as official language. Some of them are Assamese, Bangla, Bodo, Dogri, Gujarati, Hindi, then Kurgi, then Kongani, Kashmiri, Kannada, Maithili, Marathi, Manipuri, Nepali, Odia, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Santali, Sindh, Telugu, Tamil, Urdu, etc. Most of the languages are written from left to right, but some of the languages like Kashmiri, Sindh, Urdu are written from right to left. After that we studied about the clothes in India. There is a different type of clothes are used by women and men in India. Women wear sari, salwar kameez, trousers, shirts and skirts. In some states, the sari is worn in different ways in different parts of India. Then Maharashtrian, Gujarati, Bengali style of sari. Wearing the sari is different from other regions. Men's wear jeans, then trousers, shirts and skirts, t-shirts. At the same time, men's also wear kurta, pajama and then the dhotis. Men in South India wear dhoti is garment called mund in Kerala and veshti in Tamil Nadu. At the same time, the peoples wear caps and turbans at different types. After that we studied about the dance and music in India. There are different type of folk dances and classical dance and music in India. Folk dances, our folk dances are celebrated at different events. Some of the folk dances are celebrated special occasions like marriage, festivals and birth of a child. And some of them are celebrated changes of seasons, sowing or harvesting the crops. Most important popular folk dances are in India are in Bhangra from Punjab, Ghumar from Rajasthan, Garba from Gujarat, then Bihu from Assam, then Kaigotikali from Kerala, Karagatam from Tamil Nadu, etc. were the famous famous folk dances in India. At the same time, in India, classical dance also very famous. Classical dance as began as a formed at the performance are started at the temples with the encouragement of rulers. Most of the classical dance are Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi, Kathak, Mohiniyattam, Manipuri, Odissi, etc. At the same time, there are a lot of dance dramas are very famous in India. Kathakali from Kerala, Yakshagana from Karnataka are the most important dance dramas are in Indian country. There are one of the important feature of this dance drama, that is these dance dramas tell the story with the dance. These dance dramas tell the story with the dance. Two types of classical music are also famous in India. First one is Hindustani music and Carnatic music. Hindustani music is famous in North India and Carnatic music is famous in South India. One of the important Hindustani singer that is Bhimsen Joshi and Kishore Amokar. One of the important Carnatic music singer that is A.M. Bala Murali Krishna and M.S. Subbalakshmi. Not only these singers, but also there are other important famous singers are Pandit Jasraj, Subha Mudgal, Sudha Raghunathan and Yeshudas. Today we start. There are different kind of classical instruments used in classical music. Now we discuss which are the important instruments used in classical music. Some of them are I just write on the board. Which are the main classical instruments used in India with the time of classical music. Which are the main important instruments? First one is Veena. Instruments. The classical instruments are used in classical music. The veena, sitar, sarod, shehna, flute, harmonium, then tabla, dholak and mridangam are some popular musical instruments in India. Some of them are, I just write on the board. Different musical instruments are used in classical music. Some of them are veena, sitar, sarod, shehnai, flute, harmonium, tabla, etc. were the main important instruments used in classical music. Some are very popular in musical instruments in the classical music. Ustad Zakir Hussain, he was very famous in tabla, and Hari Prasad are very famous in flute, are some famous musicians in Indian society. In classical music, we use some instruments, that is veena, sitar, sarod, shehnai, flute, harmonium, tabla, dholak and mridangam. These are the main popular instruments, musical instruments used in classical music. Ustad Zakir Hussain is very famous for tabla, and Hari Prasad Chaursa is very famous for flute, are some famous musicians in India. Pandit Ravi Shankar, he is very famous in sitar, and Ustad Bismillah Khan, he was very famous in Shehnai, were very famous worldwide. So you mention, you write, you just underline the lines in your textbook, page number 157. Here you can see which are the main important instruments used in classical music. Which are they? Veena, sitar, sharo, shehnai, dolak and harmonium, mridangam, etc. were the very famous instruments used in classical music. Then Ustad Zakir Hussain is very famous for tabla, and Hari Prasad is very famous for flute, and Pandit Ravi Shankar is very famous for sitar, and Ustad Bismillah Khan were very famous in Shehnai. So these famous persons are worldwide attraction in Indian society. Okay. Next we studied about architecture in India. Architecture in India. All of you listen here. Architecture. All of you take your textbook, page number 158. Here you can see architecture. The ruins of the Indus Valley civilization and of the Vijayanagara Empire in Hampi and Subas in Saranath and Sanchi, the temples in Mahabalipuram, etc. were the main examples of the architectural splendor in India. Which are the main examples of the architectural splendor in India? Yes, Indus Valley civilization, also known as Harappan civilization, and Indus Valley civilization, and one of the important South Indian kingdom, that is Vijayanagara kingdom in Hampi, and Stubas, Sanchi and Saranath, and important temple in Mahabalipuram. They were the main important architectural splendor in India. I just show some important Hindu and Jain temples situated in India. So all of you look at here. There are so many architectural examples in India. Some of them are Taj Mahal. It was situated in Agra. We already studied that Taj Mahal is built by Shah Jahan with the memory of Mumtaz. Taj Mahal, it is the seventh wonder of world. Taj Mahal is one of the important architectural splendor in Indian society. Not only Taj Mahal but also Qutub Minar, Jama Masjid, Red Fort are the excellent examples of Mughal architecture. Taj Mahal, Qutub Minar, Jama Masjid and Red Fort are the excellent examples of Mughal architecture. Okay. Then there are some forts are existed in architectural splendor. The examples are Agra, Gwalior, Golconda, Bekal and Chittagore are majestic examples, fort examples, architectural examples. There are so many forts, that is also architectural splendor examples in India, which some of them are Agra Fort, Gwalior Fort, Golconda Fort, Bekal Fort and Chittagore Fort, etc. were very famous forts in Indian society. Taj Mahal, Qutub Minar, Jama Masjid and Red Fort are the excellent examples of Mughal architecture. Not only this one, there are some forts, Baikal Fort, Agra Fort, Gwalior Fort, Kolkata, Golconda Fort, etc. Also the important examples of architectural splendor in Indian society. Okay. In the same time, we know that Agra Fort, Gwalior Fort, Golconda, Baikal and Chittorgarh Fort are majestic examples of the Indian society. We know that a lot of years we are under the control of Britishers. The British ruled India during the 18th century or 19th century. In 1947, India became independent under the control of Britain. In many ways, British exploited India. At the same time, the British established many architectural examples in India. That is one of the important Rashtrapati Bhavan and Parliament House in New Delhi and Victoria Memorial in Calcutta are the main important examples of architectural splendor by Britishers. We know that British rule in India was highly exploitation. British exploited in many ways in India. The people in India lived a pathetic condition under the rule of Britishers. At the same time, the British established so many architectural splendors in India. Some of them are Rashtrapati Bhavan and Parliament House built in New Delhi. They are two important architectures built by Britishers in New Delhi. They were Rashtrapati Bhavan and a Parliament House, and Victoria Memorial that is situated in Kolkata. In that time, one of the important European traveler under the leadership of Vasco da Gama, the Portuguese also reached in India for the trade. You already studied, you already learned that Portuguese are the important traders who visit India, reached India at Kappad in 1498. One of the important contribution of Portuguese in India, that is the churches in Goa are also for one of the important examples of Portuguese in India in the architectural field. Listen here, today we studied that the architectural field, there are so many contributions get it. The Indus Valley civilization, Harappan civilization or Indus Valley civilization, and Vijayanagara Empire, Mahabalipuram, stupas in Sanchi and Saranath, etc. are the main contributions of Indians. Not only, but also some other important contributions, other important architectural examples are Taj Mahal, Qutub Minar, Juma Masjid, Red Fort, etc. And not at the same time, the foursome of Agra, Gwalior, Golconda, Baikal and Chittorgarh are also some of the important example of architectural splendors. Okay. So, Rashtrapati Bhavan, Parliament House in New Delhi and the Victoria Memorial in Kolkata and the churches in Goa are fine examples of Europeans, that is Portuguese. Okay. Okay. In your textbook page number 157, here you can see some other beautiful monuments included Bhai Temple, or Lotus Temple and Akshardham Temple in Delhi, Vidhan Sudha in Bangalore and the Ripon building in Chennai are another important examples are the Indians. The beautiful monuments include Bhai Temple, also known as Lotus Temple, Akshardham Temple in Delhi, Vidhan Sudha in Bangalore and the Ripon buildings in Chennai are another important examples of the architectural field. Okay, all of you understand the first section of this today's class, architecture. Which are the main important architectural splendors in India? Yes, Taj Mahal, Qutub Minar, Juma Masjid, Red Fort, etc. And also then British build some important architectural splendors in New Delhi and Kolkata, that is Rashtrapati Bhavan, Parliament House and Victoria Memorial, and the what are the important contribution of Portuguese, that is the churches in Goa are also the two important contributions of architectural splendor in India. Next we studied about next section of this chapter, that is paintings. Paintings have always been a very important part of Indian culture and history. Paintings have always been an important part of Indian culture and history. Paintings are also an important source of information as they show how people lived during a certain time. Paintings are also an important source of information as they show how people lived during a certain time. Paintings have always been a part of Indian culture and history. Paintings are also considered also an important source of information as they show how people lived during a certain time. One of the important painting in ancient society, ancient time, that is Ajanta cave painting. It is in Maharashtra. Ajanta cave painting. Ajanta cave painting is in the Maharashtra, is situated in the Maharashtra. Ajanta cave painting is one of the important painting in ancient time. This painting in Maharashtra. This painting show scenes from the life of the Buddha. This painting show scenes from the life of the Buddha. They also show how the people dressed at that time. These Ajanta cave paintings gives the scene of the life of the Buddha. Show the scene of the life of the Buddha. And also this painting is show people dressed at that time. One of the important painting style, that is miniature painting style. This painting style is enriched the knowledge of the earlier time. Miniature painting style. Miniature painting style is enriched our knowledge of the earlier times. Miniature painting is enriched the knowledge of the earlier times. The another important painting style, that is Padachitra, one of the important famous painting style is from Odisha. Padachitra painting style. There are two important style of paintings, miniature painting style and Padachitra painting style. Miniature painting style enriched the knowledge of a knowledge of a earlier times, knowledge is enriched our knowledge of earlier times. The Padachitra painting style has developed, comes from, is painting from Odisha using vegetable dyes, These paintings from Odisha using vegetable dyes. The Mughal emperors invited the painters from other countries to their court. Local rulers also engaged painters to decorate palaces and temples. Traditional style of paintings include Varli, Tanjavur and Madhubani. The traditional style of paintings are Varli, Tanjavur and Madhubani. So, you studied that what is the importance of painting. Paintings have always been a part of Indian culture and history. Paintings are also an important source of information as they show how people lived during a certain time. The Mughal emperors invited the painters from different parts of the countries, and the local rulers also engaged the painters to decorate temples and palaces. The traditional style of paintings are Varli, then Tanjavur and Madhubani. Next we studied about the last section of our chapter, that is our festival. Paintings, one of the important painting is Ajanta cave paintings. It was situated in Maharashtra. This painting shows scene of the life of the Buddha. Then another important painting, that is miniature painting. Miniature painting is enriched our knowledge of the earlier times. Then Padachitra painting is famous paintings from Odisha using vegetable dyes. Then Mughal emperors invited painters from other countries and with their court, and the local rulers also engaged the painters and to decorate the palaces and temples. Okay. The next we studied about the last section of the chapter, that is festivals. Festivals are fun. We decorate our house. We know that we celebrate so many festivals in India. In that time, we wear new clothes and we eat sweets and we share our joys and with others. Festivals are fun. In that time, we decorate our homes and we wear new clothes and we eat sweets and we share our joy with our friends or relatives. Many festivals are in India. The festivals are divided into 3 types. The first one is in national festival. Many festivals are celebrated in India. These festivals are divided into 3 types. The first one is national festival. The first one is national festival. Which are the important national festival? Tell me, anybody tell the answer. Which are the important national festival? Yes. Independence Day, Republic Day, Gandhi Jayanti, etc. were the main important national festival. So many festivals in India. The festivals are divided into 3 times. The first one is national festival. National festivals examples are Independence Day, Republic Day and Gandhi Jayanti. The national festivals are Independence Day, Republic Day and Gandhi Jayanti. Independence Day, Republic Day and Gandhi Jayanti. Then we celebrated religious festival. Which are the important religious festival? Which are the important religious festival? Diwali, Dusra, Durga Puja, Ganesh Chaturthi, Christmas, Easter, Eid, Gurupurb, Buddha Purnima, Mahavir Jayanti and Shahat. These are the important religious festivals in India. Festivals are divided into 3 types. The first one is national festival, the second one is religious festival. The religious festivals are Diwali, Dusra, Durga Puja, Ganesh Chaturthi, Christmas, Easter, Eid, Gurupurb, then Buddha Purnima, Mahavir Jayanti and Chhath. Some festivals are celebrated in particular season. Basant Panchami, Holi are festivals of spring. Basant Panchami and Holi are the festivals are celebrated the season of spring. So, the seasonal festival. Third one is seasonal festival. The national festival, religious festival, then seasonal festival. The seasonal festivals are examples are Holi and Basant Panchami are examples are these festivals are during the spring season. During the spring season. Then Baisakhi in Punjab, Bihu in Assam, Pongal in Tamil Nadu and Onam in Kerala are the festivals of harvest festival. Harvest festival. So, seasonal festival, the festivals are divided into 3 types: national festival, religious festival, seasonal festival. In seasonal festival, in spring season, then we sowing and harvesting time, we celebrated some festivals like Baisakhi, Bihu and Onam, then Pongal, etc. So, today we discuss about the architectural splendors in India society, architectural contributions in different fields, British contributions in Indian Europeans field, the British field, Portuguese examples and some of the temples, architectural splendors names, some of the forts, etc. are we mentioned about it. Then we studied about paintings, miniature painting, Padachitra paintings and Ajanta, one of the important ancient painting in Indian society, that is Ajanta cave painting. It was show a scene of the life of the Buddha, and also this painting is show how to people dress at that time. Okay, then we studied lastly the festivals in Indian society. Festivals are celebrated. We are celebrated to fun, and in that time we celebrate. In that time we wear new clothes and we eat sweets and we enjoy with our neighbors and with relatives and others. And the Indian festivals are divided into national festival, religious festivals and seasonal festivals, etc. So, next class we will discuss about the worksheet and textbook activities of this chapter. So, all of you read well that chapter well and write the sum of the questions that are related to important architectural examples, then paintings examples and festivals, 3 types of festivals. Okay. Today we wind up our class. Thank you.